Now that I've been living in the Philippines for over 9 months now, I have to say that I've gone through some transformations. And I don't mean that I got together with a Filipino when I first got here, and now 9 months later, I've become a daddy. What I mean is that there are things that I've lost interest in. Things that used to be important to me are no longer important, and there are just things that I don't miss anymore. And if you're a foreigner who's planning to retire to the Philippines, you might have your own list of things that aren't important to you anymore or won't be of any importance once you're living here in the Philippines. And I don't know what those things are that you'll lose interest in, but what I want to do in this video is tell you all about my list. My name is Mike, and welcome back to my channel. So the first thing on my list of things that are not very important to me is having fitness goals. Up until about 8 years ago, I had a fitness goal to get really lean, cut, and muscular. My goal was to get to 9% body fat. I chose 9% because that would have put me into the single digits. I was super focused with it. My weight training and cardio workouts were really intense. I was following meal plans, doing intermittent fasting, drinking a gallon of water a day, and peeing a lot. I was so disciplined that I was getting good results. Now that I'm 63, I've decided that it's just no longer important to me. I just feel like I'm at a stage in my life where I don't need to try to be like I'm in my early 20s. I still get into the gym every other day, but now my main focus is just to feel good and be in good health. There's a nice gym that I belong to that's a 3-minute walk from my apartment. Many expats come here after retiring, semi-retiring, or ditching the traditional job setup. And even if they're working remotely, the obsession with productivity and hustle culture often fades. You start asking yourself, why rush when everyone else seems to be totally fine taking their time? Island time hits different, and for me, having steady employment is not something that I miss. At the time when I was employed, I liked the idea of keeping busy, but now I'm happy that I've moved on. The next thing on my list of things that I don't miss and are no longer important are scripted television shows and movies. Even before I left the US, the only television that I ever watched was NFL football and news. But now that I'm in the Philippines, I really don't pay too much attention to the current news events that are happening back in the United States. But getting back to watching movies, it's just something that I don't care to do anymore. I have a real problem with the arrogance of some movie stars. The beginning of the end for me was when Tom Cruise had a meltdown at someone on a movie set. He unloaded on 2 people for not standing 6 feet apart during the pandemic. The final nail in the coffin was the Will Smith slap on Chris Rock at the Academy Awards. Right there in front of the whole world, to say nothing at all of the actors and movie producers that were there in the audience. I actually felt some empathy for both Chris Rock and Will Smith. How embarrassed Chris Rock must have felt for making such a distasteful joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's medical condition. But I really felt embarrassed for Will Smith walking up on stage and retaliating with violence. I haven't watched a movie since then. Will I ever return as a moviegoer? Possibly. The next thing that I don't miss is driving back home. Open roads, clean highways, cruise control, but here, between traffic, jeepneys, tricycles, and unpredictable rules on the road, I'm very happy to hand over the keys to someone else, start walking, taking a trike, or just staying local. It's honestly less stressful. The next thing that I no longer care about is chasing after the next big thing. There's something about the Philippines that helps you to stop chasing. I'm not surrounded by billboards telling me to upgrade my life constantly. I started to appreciate simpler things like a slower pace, where I can set my own schedule. If I want to upload YouTube videos every day, I can. If I want to take a week off, well, I can do that too. The last thing on my list is dating. Dating just isn't that important to me right now. I've chosen to be busy with YouTube, so I just don't want to make time for a relationship. My mindset might change someday, but right now I'm relatively happy being solo. I've adopted the philosophy that finding that special someone doesn't guarantee happiness. In fact, I could find myself unhappy because I'm with the wrong person. This is something that's just simmering on the back burner. Well, that'll wrap up this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and click the bell notification so that you can catch future videos. God bless and peace out.